guys, it's your boy, Barca Boy 103. We have some absolutely huge breaking news coming in, and that is that Oriol Romeu to Barcelona is a done deal. We got the here we go for Fabrizio Romano. The deal will be completed in the next 12 hours so that Romeu can travel with the squad on the USA tour. We've been hearing over the past few days the deal will be completed on Monday. It's Monday, and now the deal is done. Reportedly, the fee will be around 4.5 million euros with a little bit of variables, and this deal will also include Pablo Torre joining Girona on loan for the season. I have no idea if we're going to cover his wages or not, because that would make sense to reduce the fee in his release clause. That's not confirmed, but nonetheless, Pablo Torre will go on loan to Girona, with Romeu coming the other way permanently to Barcelona for around half of his release clause. Look, the deal is fantastic. It works out for all parties. We get the player we want, who's a good replacement for Busquets. Very, very short term. Nonetheless, we get who we want. Girona get some money, and they also get a fantastic player on loan for the remainder of the season. Look, Oriol Romeu, I remember when I was in Barcelona and Jordan Miro came out with that huge top 7 pivots that Xavi wants, Zubimendi, Kimmich, Amrabat, Guido Rodriguez, N'Golo Kante, and then Oriol Romeu was on that list. I was sitting there laughing, and we've ended up signing him. Look, the reality is that I think for the price, the situation that we're currently in with the pivot market, it's an alright deal. I think you're bringing in a player who understands the system, understands the position, knows of course the country, knows the language, knows the league, for a very, very small fee. This just screams short term. I'm not quite too sure Barcelona is done in terms of reinforcing the pivot position this summer, because listen, Romeu is 31, 32 years old. He cannot play every single game this season, so either you're going to see a lot of Gundogan playing the pivot, Frankie, or maybe hopefully Nico shines during preseason. He can stay and compete with Romeu. I think betting on Romeu for a whole entire season with the team's objective, which of course is to compete in the Champions League, is very, very risky. So I don't see Romeu playing the pivot every single game this season, but I think he will be the primary pivot. Nonetheless, I think it's a good player coming in his final few years of his career to help out Barcelona. Of course, this is a La Masia player. He did graduate from the academy. He did play for Barcelona a little bit, then moved to Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken. I think after that, his big move was to Southampton. Played very well there. Played actually under Ronald Koeman, and then moved to Girona only just last summer. So it's a player coming in that Xavi had on his list. I think according to Xavi, he was the 4th choice. It was Zubimendi, Kimmich. I think Amrabat was there as well, and then Romeu was next on the list. I think what benefits Romeu a lot is, again, him knowing the system. The language is there as well. It'll be very easily, he'll adapt to the culture and the system, the style very, very easily. So for the price as well, I think overall it's a great deal. Can't go wrong with it. We'll wait and see if the club do anything else in the pivot. Again, betting on Romeu for a season is so risky with the objective that we do have, and also keep in mind with the amount of games that we're going to play. We're going to play around 40 to 50 games if we do reach the end of, let's say for example, the Copa del Rey, go deep in the Champions League, play the final of the Super Cup in Saudi Arabia in January. You're looking at 40-50 games, and I don't think Romeu is on that level. I think he can put a solid maybe 25-30 as a starter playing full matches. Maybe he can come on here and there. So I'm very intrigued to see what the club do. What else in the pivot? We do know that now the priority is going to be a right back, and also to sign a creative midfielder, number 10, also Bernardo Silva, whatever the case may be there. But yeah, great signing. I'm very excited to see him play. It's going to be very weird seeing anyone else but Busi in the pivot. This will be our first new pivot since 2008. So it's going to be a big change, but it's a suitable replacement, I would think. I think if he's 26, 27, we'd be up here raving and awing on how fantastic the signing it would be, but he's in his early 30s, and it's a very short-term signing for Barcelona. I think next summer will be all over a new pivot, whether it's going to be Zubimendi after his season in the Champions League with Sociedad. Maybe Kimmich is going to have 1 year less on his contract, so Next summer, we're going to be pushing a lot for another pivot as well. This is very much a short-term signing, with the top targets being not really being available, and also being very expensive as well. So overall, Romeu, great sign for Barcelona. He is now the 4th signing this summer after Ilkay Gundogan, Inigo Martinez, and Victor Roque, and will be coming into Barcelona immediately. We are even hearing the announcement from Barcelona could be official today. Ilkay Gundogan, as I'm recording this video, is actually doing his presentation, so quite a busy day for Barcelona. I think this will probably be official tomorrow, and I think he will 100% be on that plane to America. He might do what Lewandowski did last season and do his presentation and, you know, showing and press conference out in America. I wouldn't rule that out completely, so we'll wait and see on that. But nonetheless, Oriol Romeu to Barcelona is a done deal. Barcelona has secured their top priority this summer, which of course was going to be a new pivot, and it has been Oriol Romeu. We'll wait and see how that, you know, impacts on the season. We are expecting the official announcement from Barcelona in the next 24 hours. Again, fee around 4.5 million euros with some variables, and this deal does include Pablo Torre joining Girona on loan. So that's a player in and also a player out during this entire operation. Let me know your thoughts about the operation as well. I know Romeu coming in, he's your ideal name, with the other situation of Zubimendi and Kimmich being expensive and also not willing to come. Your thoughts on the fee, variables, and also Pablo Torre going on loan, and your overall thoughts on Romeu coming in as a pivot. You agree with me thinking that he won't be able to play the entire season? You think he's an alright replacement? You think this is more short term, medium term? You see a long term future with Oriol Romeu? Leave me all your thoughts down below, and of course make sure you guys subscribe down below as well if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.